Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well, and today we're going to briefly talk about skilled workers and professionals, also commonly known as federal skilled workers. Skilled workers are selected as permanent resident based on few factors, based on their age, their education, their experience, and their knowledge of English and or French, and other criterias that basically shows that they will become economically established in Canada. Now, there are three main categories. I mean, if you want to apply as a federal skilled worker, there are three ways you can apply. We are going to talk about the third one. I'm just going to briefly mention first two. If you have arranged employment done in Canada, you can apply. That is first category. And arranged employment is basically, commonly people think that it is an employment letter from employer. No, it is not. It is an employment letter. It is an employment offer from employer, but that job offer has to be approved from HRSTC department, from human resources, skills and development. Now that itself takes about 4 to 5 months. Sometimes it's even 6 months, depending on if the employer has submitted all the documents. It could take even longer. Now the second one is that if you are graduating from a Canadian institution and you're doing your PhD, if you are in the program, you can apply, or if you have already done your PhD within the last 12 months, you can apply under federal skilled worker. Now these two categories that I just mentioned, applying for federal skilled worker under with the arranged employment opinion, or if you are doing a PhD program in Canada, or you have done a PhD program within last 12 months, you can apply for federal skilled worker. Now these two categories also requires they do require a separate video on their own. We're going to talk about the third category. Now if you are not doing, if you haven't done, you don't fall under a PhD program, or you do not have an arranged employment done in Canada, you can also apply for federal skilled worker if you have 1 year full-time paid experience. Full-time means 37.5 hours per week. If you have a full-time paid experience anywhere in the world under these occupations that are listed. Now these occupations that you see here, that they were listed on July 1st 2011. If you're applying under one of the 29th eligible occupation as of July 1st 2011, a maximum of 10,000 federal skilled worker applications will be considered for processing in the following 12 months. Within the 10,000 cap, a maximum of 500 federal skilled worker application per eligible occupation will be considered for processing each year. So as you can see, this list is here, and you see there are as I said, there is a catch that they will be taking 10,000 applications from all over the world, but there is a cap on per occupation, per skill. So 500 application per occupation. So you see there are some occupations that have reached their cap, like registered nurse. You see it says it has reached its cap. Biologists and related scientists has reached its cap, and you see there is professional occupation and business services to management. Also they have received 500 applications already. So let's say if you're a doctor and you're thinking for applying, so you need to make sure that it has not reached its cap, and they will be taking only 500 applications, and within this 12 months after they have announced this list. These limits do not apply to application with the offer of employment, with the offer of arranged employment. If you have done your arranged employment approved by the HRSTC department, you need not to worry about 10,000 applications and 500 application cap for per skills. You need not to worry about which category is announced this year. You can apply with the arranged employment opinion. Now once your application is eligible for processing, it will be then assessed against the minimum requirements, and minimum requirements for your work experience minimum requirements for your age, for your education, for your language proficiency test. Now, just to let you know that that language proficiency test, now you have to submit it with the application. Before, it is used to be you could submit your application, at the later phase you can submit your language proficiency test. Now, language proficiency test is valid for 2 years now. Before, it used to be 1 year. Now it is for 2 years. You can submit your you have to submit your English language or French proficiency test, language proficiency test, with the application. So the selection grid will be used for your point system, and point system is a bit complicated. It seems very simple, but it is a bit complicated. You feel free to welcome our website. Feel free to give us a call. Now, before we wrap up this video, I would like to mention one more thing in regards to processing time. I know once your case is filed, people are concerned about the amount of time it is taking and how long it will take, and people do write us all the time. They call us all the time, and they would write to immigration authorities, and they always get a simple reply that case is in process. What you need to understand that the amount of time and the processing time is does vary from case to case. I mean, if it's what class is it, a investor case, is it an entrepreneur case, is it a federal skilled worker case? It varies case by case, and also varies country by country, also region by region. So what you need to make sure that your case is in process. You have received your file number. Once you have received your file number, you really have to wait it out. I know there are unauthorized consultants. Sometimes they would say that we can pull some strings. There are no strings to pull. They might tell you that they can expedite the case, and they may charge you for that. So you have to be careful. However, what we do is, once your case is submitted, we stay on top of the case, and we do find out what's going on with the case. We do write them in terms of if there is any requirements that needs to be done, if there is any leftover paperwork, and then we do write them for access to information in terms of what has happened on the file so far. But in terms of expediting the case, basically there's no point writing them. There's no point attaching a member of parliament's letter, and etc., etc. So there's not much we can do. So I would suggest that save your money and wait it out. So if you are applying and thinking about it, or if you are not applying because thinking that it will take a long time, it is not a wise thing to do, because if the category is open, you do qualify under that category. That category may be not there tomorrow. These things keeps changing. So if you have an opportunity and you are not applying just because you're thinking that it will take long time, it is not a wise thing, because time will pass by anyways. Time will go by anyways, regardless if you have applied or not. So my suggestion is, take this opportunity. If you do qualify under any of categories, under any class of immigration, and if you would like to get the Canadian immigration, do apply and line yourself up, and time will go by. So I hope you like this video, and I hope to see you again soon.